Tonight on KGW News.
That is wild.
The base jumpers who took it too far, leaping off Seattle skyscrapers. And the biggest sale ever in National Women's Soccer history. How fans are feeling about the Thorns' new owners. Plus,
I was not expecting to see all the damage inside.
fire puts a Portland food favorite, the Mercado, out of business for now. But first,
He didn't deserve this. He was a human. They took a human life.
their son was shot and killed by police, and tonight a family aches for answers. Thanks for joining us for KGW News at 11. I'm David Molko. The questions for that family remain a week after their son was shot at a Southeast Portland shopping center. Police say the 33-year-old was stealing at the time, but as Alma McCarty reports, his family does not understand why the encounter turned deadly.
On Wednesday night, friends and family of Tyrone Lee Johnson II held a vigil here at the edge of the Mall 205 parking lot at the very place where he was shot and killed 1 week ago. On December 27th, around 3:30 p.m., 3 Portland police officers fired their guns, shooting and killing 33-year-old Tyrone Johnson.
This was not deserved. He didn't deserve this. He was a human. They took a human life.
Surveillance video from a nearby business shows Johnson running through the parking lot that afternoon as patrol cars arrive. PPB received reports that a suspect in a previous robbery was shoplifting at the Mall 205 Target. At the time, investigators said the use of deadly force happened after a confrontation with Johnson, but declined to elaborate further.
They want to talk about public safety. Where is the safety for my son?
Detectives released a black and white photo of a firearm found at the scene, but they still haven't said whether Johnson displayed the gun or fired it.
I'm just asking I want answers. That's all I want.
A week later, as loved ones light candles in his memory, Johnson's mother, Tanya Portis, says the circumstances surrounding her son's death remain unclear.
They go through all this training. Where was the training? Where was the rubber bullets? Where was the taser? Where was the non-lethal stuff? Why did you have to automatically just pull out your gun and start shooting my son?
Portland police have not yet released the names of the officers involved. At this time, they remain on administrative leave as the investigation continues.
It ain't perfect. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. Everybody messes up here and there. I don't know if I don't know. It's not making sense about my brother.
My son deserves peace and respect. He was a child, and he's always going to be my child, regardless if he's here or not.
In Southeast Portland, Alma McCarty, KGW News.
To new details tonight in a deadly shooting at a Washington County wedding venue. Tualatin Valley Fire and Rescue now confirms one of its firefighters was killed. The victim, 47-year-old Carl Horning, was a lieutenant with TVFNR. This is video from July when he was promoted. Horning, on the right side here, had been a firefighter in the county since 2011, and flags are flying at half-staff tonight at stations in his honor. His family owns Horning's hideout where the shooting happened yesterday morning. The Washington County Sheriff's Office says Carl Horning was shot multiple times. His older brother, 63-year-old Robert, is being considered a person of interest in the case, but no one has been arrested. Civil court documents suggest the family had recently been fighting over control of the property, but there's no word on a motive yet in this shooting. We'll keep you posted. Cleanup is underway now at the Portland Mercado after fire heavily damaged the building and knocked out electricity to the food carts outside. The popular Latin American food cart pod is on Southeast Foster. This fire sparked around 5:30 this morning, with several 911 callers reporting an explosion around the same time. Fire officials say the cause remains under investigation, while the Mercado CEO told us the whole thing has been incredibly difficult.
We don't know what happened. We don't know if somebody started the fire or not. What we know is that it started at the bar, and right now everything is paralyzed, including the food carts outside the main building, simply because we don't have power.
The Hacienda Community Development Corporation has started a fire relief fund that will go straight to the small businesses affected. We have a link to that up for you on KGW.com. Well, take a look at your screen. Police need your help finding this missing 88-year-old woman tonight. They say Shirley Paquet has advanced dementia. She left her home in the Centennial neighborhood around 6:30 this evening. That was on Southeast 167th near Maine. But police think she rode a TriMet bus to a stop near Northeast 122nd and Halsey. They say Shirley was wearing a black jacket and sweatpants and was carrying a bag of clothes. If you see her, you're asked to call 911. Now to the big deal today in Portland sports, because the Thorns have a brand new owner, and for players and fans it means a fresh start following accusations of abuse by a former coach, fallout in the exec ranks, and a promise to sell that team. We have team coverage tonight starting with Orlando Sanchez. So Orlando, break it down. What do we know?
Big deal describes it perfectly, David. This looks to be the largest deal ever in National Women's Soccer League history. The Portland Thorns have been sold to California-based Raj Sports for a reported $63 million. Raj Sports is owned by the Bethal family. Lisa Bethal Mirage takes over as governor of the Portland Thorns, while her brother Alex will serve as alternate. The Bethal family has ownership stakes in the Sacramento Kings, its G League team, as well as the Sacramento River Cats, a AAA baseball team. In a statement, Bethal Mirage says, "This is a milestone day for our family and for the amazing Portland community. Everything we do centers on positive impact. As fans ourselves and as seasoned sports and real estate operators, we believe in the future of Portland and the NWSL, and in the tremendous opportunity that surrounds this iconic team. The Thorns have been one of the top clubs in women's soccer worldwide, winning 3 NWSL championships, the most in the league. They'll continue to play matches at Providence Park through its current lease that runs through 2035. Raj Sports will take over soccer operations immediately, but it will take months before taking over the business side, like marketing, ticket sales, and sponsorships. David?
Hey, a whole new chapter starting right now. Thank you, Orlando. Big news, and word of that deal spread very quickly among fans and into the local business community. Catherine Cook is in the newsroom tonight with that side of the story. Catherine.
David, no doubt a $63 million sale is a massive boost for the NWSL and all of women's sports. But for Thorns fans, just getting to move on after 2 years of emotional controversy feels priceless.
Winds of change drifted through Providence Park Wednesday. The Portland Thorns have new ownership, California-based Raj Sports.
Initial reaction was finally, and some excitement, and then cautious optimism.
Gabby Rosas is chair of the Rose City Riveters, the supporters group for the Portland Thorns. She and other fans have anxiously awaited this day for about 15 months. That's how long the Thorns have been for sale. Not long before that, an investigation commissioned by the National Women's Soccer League uncovered systemic emotional abuse and sexual misconduct within several teams. That included the Portland Thorns. The report also showed that the Thorns interfered with that investigation. As part of his response, owner Merritt Paulson pledged to sell the team, a chain of events that led many Thorns fans to cancel their season tickets.
That's probably been one of the most emotional parts of today is so many of my friends who I've missed inside the stadium for the last couple of years because they couldn't bring themselves to financially give money to an ownership group that has done so much damage to this community. Called up their season ticket rep or went on to the platform and re-upped their season tickets.
Thorns a lead of 5.
In addition to other sports teams, Raj Sports has a massive real estate portfolio. It includes a hotel in Redmond and the Sandy Pine, a 12-story timber high-rise planned for Northeast Portland.
I think this new ownership group is going to want to put their stamp on things early on.
Brian Berger is host of Sports Business Radio. From what he can tell, that's already happening. The new owners plan to build the Thorns their own training facility in Portland, and they'll continue playing at Providence Park.
This turns the page on the controversy of the Merritt Paulson ownership era. And you have a franchise that's now going to be led by a woman. Now that that page is being turned, I think it'll be interesting to see, are there some new sponsors that engage?
As fans like Gabby re-engage, they're excited to learn more about Raj Sports' vision. They also hope for more championships, but their main goal
Crossing ball in.
is to heal.
It's just super exciting to actually start to see some of the building blocks go into place right from the jump.
In Southwest Portland, Catherine Cook, KGW News.
To get you caught up on tonight's other headlines, a prominent researcher at OHSU has reportedly resigned over internal investigation that found he secretly photographed female students. Dr. Daniel Marks was a senior associate dean for research and a professor of pediatrics. A source told the Oregonian Marks took at least one photo under a table of women wearing skirts. Allegations reportedly date back to July of 2022, with Marks stepping down this past November. The body of a woman missing in Portland has now been found. 28-year-old Wilma Acosta had been missing since November, shortly after she moved to Portland for a new job. Her family came from California to search for her. Her body was found yesterday in the Willamette River near Cathedral Park. Police say there weren't any signs of foul play. And it looks like a new substance abuse treatment center is on its way to Portland. A building that housed the Lolo Pass Hotel recently went up for auction. Portland nonprofit Central City Concern submitted a bid with financial help from the state, the county, and city. If the deal goes through, the building at Southeast 16th and Burnside would provide 70 new treatment beds and could open as early as next fall. Meanwhile, the city of Portland is also moving forward on a new plan to build a skate park in Old Town. Today, Commissioner Dan Ryan announcing a $15 million commitment to revamp the space bordered by Northwest NATO and the Steel Bridge. You might remember this as the site of the large homeless camp known as the Pit, which was cleared back in October. The skate park, by the way, was first envisioned more than 15 years ago.
The Steel Bridge Skate Park Coalition is delighted to see this investment by Commissioner Ryan in Old Town, in downtown, and activating this neighborhood with what will become a world-class destination for skaters of all backgrounds and all abilities.
Well, over the coming months, Parks and Rec says it will begin buying property and holding community meetings for input. You're watching KGW News, and next at 11, it was the stunt that left workers in downtown Seattle scratching their heads.
We're like a block from the police station. How did they get away with that?
Well, we'll find out. Plus, the debate over border security leads to a new impeachment threat, and the federal government taking Texas to court.
And we were bordering on sunshine today. A little bit of a sunset out of the Oregon coast. That's Newport, of course. The clouds breaking up just a bit. But now, new batch of rain beginning to take shape and roll onto the coast. And there is a lot of snow coming to the Cascades.